So we finally get the gist of the people of the void, their mission, their goal, and the reason why Senya and the others were so involved in everything that was happening. And when I think about it, it reminds me a lot of Japanese stories. The overconsumption of a certain resource is always amazing every time, when no matter what civilization we may have. When we find a good resource of something, we will exploit that resource. We'll do whatever we can to mass produce it. Just miles and miles of that resource. And it's in abundance. Everyone's on the high of the convenience we get off of it. To the point where it just seems like it will never end. So one generation is great. One generation is good. One generation is okay. And then it's like, this is starting to get a little thin here. And then you start realizing changes. Something's not right. Something's messing up. And it's to the point where there's an effect of using that resource for so long. It really does happen a lot. One of my favorite parts of it is definitely has to be Final Fantasy VII, when they're using Mako and stuff. And Mako is really the life force of the planet. And they're just draining out the planet. And then one thing they do like in Rebirth is there's a timeline where all the Mako is drained out, so the world itself is dead. So it's dying. There's nothing else they can do. The world has ended. They killed the planet. And in a way, Shinra was doing the same thing for years. Just draining their planet dry because the convenience was so great. And I love the video essay I saw some years ago where saying how advanced Shinra was compared to everything else. Because Final Fantasy VII was the first one where you had a planet with advanced technology. But you went anywhere else, it wasn't that advanced, only because Shinra advanced it through the resources. They did military technology. That's why you saw some things were modernized or even beyond that. And you see other places that weren't. It's because the resources that they used. Now, because of that, you could say they had a head start on a timeline. Say there's two lines, top line, bottom line. They're going correctly. However, one top line gets a hold of a resource that's so good, so abundant, that it boosts them extremely fast from the starting line all the way across down the road. Who knows where the finish line at? Who can say? They're going fast. While the other one at the bottom is going nice and slow. It's making its trials and errors, but it's faults, but it's making progress. It'll get there eventually. And the other one is going really fast. And it's to the point where it says it's like the faster you go to success, the faster you fall and stuff. When you live a fast life, you die fast. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say here. And because of that, they end up falling apart, just like in Final Fantasy VII. Now, for the people of the Void, we understand that they use the power of fate. Some even call it karma, karmatic energy. Also, cool reference from Alito Battle Angel also used karma as well. And with karma, which is fate, they will use Singularity's spiritual energy instead. So God knows what they've really done to control that kind of stuff. Like, they seem like an advanced civilization, so that must mean that they use certain people, or before they were even born, using their spiritual power, their fate, in order to do what they want. What they were doing with it, who can say? But it's to the point where they can learn to time travel, for crying out loud. They truly were an advanced civilization, but for some reason, they can't stop a meteor from coming to hit their country. So the question